Hi, my name is Matt, and I'm bored. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about something Pokemon trading card game related things, and I just want to talk about is it worth investing in Pokemon trading card games in Malaysia? So this is a pretty niche topic, but it's just somewhere nice to discuss about in every part of the world because we've seen people discussing it in America, people discussing it in Australia. So I just thought, you know what, why not do something like that in Malaysia? And I'm gonna start off with a little something. I would say not really much of a history. I would say Malaysia trading card game is practically entered the Pokemon trading card game is practically entered Malaysia since inception. Well, it's been over in Malaysia for 20 years now, so it's still surviving, it's still a thing, and yeah, people are loving it. There's a group, a community of people that are into this thing, but is it ever still growing? I think not. I think it's getting a little bit of interest, but its growth has stunned like ever since inception, right? It's just almost as bad as it sounds. So today, based on whether I think it's worth investing in Pokemon cards in Malaysia, I would say not really. Not at the moment, no. But um, hear me out. So this is all to do with currency, all right? And as you know, Pokemon is it's technically originally from Japan, but like a lot of these trading card games and their products are, the English version where it's more valuable and where people really recognize them more often, right? Who calls Charizard in the Japanese names anyway? Everyone just remembers it for Charizard, no matter what. So and anyhow, English is like the universal language. That's what makes the English cards much more collectible and much more valuable. So that's what it is. And plus the print runs and everything in English are pretty much handled over there. So US is the way to go. And currency practically plays a big part into the success of this thing, like I'll say, like in Malaysia, because this is a US product, so everything has to be priced in within the US. So you get in stuffs like your casual GX boxes that you've seen over the years. Some of them go for like $15. Some could go for way cheaper on sales, and there's always that large Target or Walmart that you can actually just have access to, and you can get those buy two free one kind of stuff. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, because like I've never been to America, but I know they have crazy deals over there. And there's not much of a deal in like the UK or anywhere else, but I presume if you think about how much this costs in America, it wouldn't be too much difference in terms of currency. But when you flip it over to a currency like Malaysia's Malaysian ringgit, you're gonna get this product for really hefty price. And you gotta know this that we make as much as you do in your in your currency. So no, like get this. If you make 1,003, we make 1,003 as well. How we spend and everything else is about the same. So you guys get your products in like could be 40, 50 pounds, but ours just goes for like 200 to like 250 ringgits. It's crazy when you do this kind of exchange, which is why we tend to get in like domestic products and buy our own shit. But you can't substitute Pokemon for anything else. I mean, you can substitute for like certain card games, but this is like a main interest. Like, it's really just there. Like, if you're interested in Pokemon, you have to get the authentic product, and the authentic product comes from the US. So, if you think about it, like, these booster boxes are gonna cost a bomb over here. Like, close to 500 ringgits if you do the conversion. Well, because I based in the UK for a bit, well, technically 1 year as I was studying there, and then booster boxes were going for like 80 over to 90 pounds. That makes it close to 500 ringgits around here. And it is what it is as well. if you think about conversion rate, Malaysia's Pokemon product can be cheaper than the UK, but it's still like 2 to 400 ringgits for like a lot of things. Like this came up to like 140 ringgits, and this came up to like um 500s or 480, I would say. So if you think about this, you're only making 1,003 a month, and you're forking out 400 just for cards, and that's kind of off-putting for a lot of people. Because of our purchasing power, we tend to look for other interests. The substitution for Pokemon, sadly, is on other interests. So they'll be looking at certain things anymore, and then collectible things. Believe it or not, in Malaysia are just kind of just there, right? Because it's really based on currency. Like when if you have like higher purchasing power and you get to buy a bunch of shit, like if you make 1,003 and you fork out 90 for a booster box, that's all right. But you can't be doing this every single month in Malaysia. You'll be dead. This is literally a rent, a month's rent in Malaysia. So that's just how bad it could be, like based on currency. So this is the number one reason, and this is why the interest. If you look at the Facebook group in Malaysia, there's like close to 3,000 people who are in this Malaysian trading card game, Pokemon trading card game group, and there's close to 10,000 people in the UK group. So there's a distinct amount of people who are interested in this Pokemon trading card game thing, and that just looks at the market overview, and you're just like, "Oh, man, it's just not really going well if you were thinking of investing in Malaysia or so on." So the next reason you don't want to be, well, say consider about Malaysia and its Pokemon stuff is that people generally play more than they collect. So cards like this Crobat, which isn't really even that old, it's got its collecting value because it is out of print, and it's aesthetic wise, and well, you got a lot of yada yada to talk about certain cards and what its value is worth. Troll and Toad is over there to tell you it's worth how much and how so. But like in Malaysia, more people in the community are playing than they're collecting. So what's the point of keeping all these products anyway if people are just always gonna look for the latest cards, and they're always looking for a current meta thing, and these things get rotated out and no one gives a shit about them. Sure, there are people who are collecting these and are, going for their values worth and whatnot, but I'm telling you, I'm looking at our secondary market here in Malaysia. So the secondary market, I would say the platform for it is eBay, and everyone's just like buying and selling off eBay for I think it's going pretty healthy. As I was in the UK, I can assume it's even better in America, but in the UK, people just put on their cards for sale from time to time, and every single day you see sales of Pokemon cards going over again. But if you look at the secondary card in Malaysia, we I don't really know what's the main platform, but I use Carousel, and I think a lot of you can quite agree with me. Or currently, it's also Facebook involved, but like in terms of more secondhand stuff or secondary market thingy, Carousel is just one of them, and you got like 450 listing as of today, 450 listings on Pokemon TCG, and no one's touching them, no one. You get like giant Charizards going for the prices as they are supposed to be, say £200. That sounds alright, and £200, that transaction doesn't really happen very often, but like I think in within weeks or a month you get like one or two Charizards getting sold. um Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think the activity of people selling and buying things over there are just way more, all right? And so I'm seeing them over there in our secondary market in Carousel, no one's really touching them. So this is one thing. And the third thing is that in Malaysia, everyone's looking for, if they are collecting, they're really looking for pristine things. All right, if you get in the little light plate stuff, a little moderate plate, no one's really gonna collect those stuff. Let alone all those who are graded one, poor, really wrecked cards that are practically worth grading in a Western country or so on. But like in Malaysia, it's really just no one's really looking for the non-pristine item, just because, you know, if anyone's a collector, a true collector in Malaysia, they really collect the things that they want, right? But no one really looks at like all this smaller stuff. Unlike the people in UK, I've seen like a really wrecked Charizard going on eBay for £25. You know how much £25 in Malaysia? It's like close to 100 ringgits, and you can get certain stuff for 100 ringgits, just as you could do in £25 in the UK. So £25 for a freaking wrecked Charizard. That, in my opinion, is graded up to like a 1, 2, or a 0.5 if that even exists. But like, May was just selling for 25 quids, and you're still getting people buying it. So like, I don't really know what to say about this thing, but like, it just shows that the interest is over there because people are so keen to own cards like a Charizard, or they're keen to start collecting things in Skyridge or Fossil or whatsoever. Of course, this, as the things get older, more people are gonna be looking at this, and scarcity, blah blah blah. You understand how the price points really spikes up. But you get things that happen, 10 years just flip in the blink of an eye, and Diamond and Pearl has already been for 10 years now. And I've been looking at Diamond and Pearl products being listing on eBay for like a booster box just came up to like £500. So I got this for like £90, and that came out to like £500. The thing is really, really rising now at the moment. So there will come to a point where these things, these sealed products kind of get depleted, like the old ones. I don't know if they ever will get depleted, but they are getting lesser and lesser, because like there are a lot of YouTubers out there who are just opening booster boxes like it's no one's business. But of course, this is an investment. This is for their video, right? So they just opening up and showing the world what's inside, gives everyone that good old nostalgia feel, and that's what it is. People are just buying nostalgia stuff, all right? And that is the generation for people like me or older. And then you get in Gen 4s and up to Gen 8 at this point. And a lot of people don't really know about Pokemons in Gen 2 or Gen 3, but they do know about Gen 4 Pokemons, Gen 5 or Gen 6 whenever they start getting involved in Pokemon. And so that's where, that interest, when it comes back, as long as the Pokemon company survives eventually in the near future or whenever, hopefully forever, the interest is just gonna be there, and people are just gonna revisit all these old sets. They're gonna be like, hey, I remember a point where Diamond and Pearl was a thing, and let's just open up Diamond and Pearl box. Where do we get them? Exactly. You don't get them at a retail store. You get them from people who actually keep them sealed products, and they'll be selling it for thousands of dollars. At this point, it's 500. Give or take. It's your opinion to think whether it's worth investing in something like that. I wouldn't do it, but like if I had a ton of money, then why not? Because like I love Pokemon, and I believe the people who love Pokemon can agree to some point. So at the moment right now, this is all that kind of stuff. But I can quite say at the moment, Malaysia is not really on that level of saying that Pokemon is just that great. Well, not Pokemon, like Pokemon card game, right? Because like I have a lot of these old cards over there. I'm not gonna show it to you, but like I have a lot of them, and I believe that if I brought it to the UK or to anywhere else in the near future, I could sell them, because like the activity on eBay is just really that strong. People are really just scouting cards every day. I remember when I was in the UK and I was like looking at eBay every day looking for a steal, and I got this like Mega Charizard EX for like £6. That was the biggest steal I had because it came out to me like near mint. So everyone is looking for a steal, but along the way, people are just gonna look at certain things they want, and then yeah, they just strike a deal with you, whatever it is. Whether you get like the best price of troll and toad or anything, um, you sure as well work a deal with people who are interested in this thing, and the quality, it does matter, but at the same time, there are people who really just want a card rather than mattering too much on the quality. So people would actually pay 25 for a rack Charizard, but like, who's gonna pay 100 ringgits for a rack Charizard over here? If you understand what I'm saying. So it just sounds ridiculous, and that's really just because of the currency that we own. So that's just the unfortunate side for us. Not only people who are interested in Pokemon, those who are collecting Gundams or whatever stuff, you convert them in Malaysia, it's superbly expensive. So, what's my take? I'm just saying that it's not really that great here in Malaysia, but I sure hope to see a day where Pokemon is just really flourishing about in Malaysia, other than Pokemon Go. Um, yeah, otherwise, thank you for listening to my discussion. If anything, I'll put the link of my email below if you would like to have a discussion on Pokemon stuff. I'm Malaysian based, so you can feed me any knowledge about Pokemon because I am a geek of Pokemon right now. And I have lots to talk about Pokemon in the future, so stay tuned. Thank you.